I think this might be working. Let me get a friend in here right now. Yes. Hello. Hey everyone, sorry for the delay. We're just waiting on our guest. And we should start in a bit. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Now this is gonna color the rest of the experience. Gasp, what's happening? Here we go. Come join me, my friend. I've sent you an invitation. Oh. It says waiting for Jellycopter. Come join me right now. Oh, whoa. Huh. Odd. Yeah, no, I'm very quiet right now. One sec. Oh, there you go. Request. Here we go. Give me a sec. Let's get some people in here. For some reason, there we go. Oh my god, it worked!
Oh my God, it did.
It did work! My goodness,
It
we worked
worked.
now!
So
Yay!
successful.
You are, however, very vertical. You must turn yourself over.
Am I? Oh,
There you are. Yay, we're here finally. After 22 minutes only.
oh my God.
Good morning to you.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for all your patience. I think we are here now, thank
Okay.
goodness.
There
After
is an
some
echo. Yeah.
weird experiences with IG, we are now here. Anyway, questions. We have them. Oh, there's an echo. Wait, let me try to get some
Okay.
headphones.
No, I think no, I think it's fine.
The people say there's an echo, Reg. You must listen to the people.
No, I mean I fixed it.
Oh, you fixed it. Is it fixed now? Sound off.
Is it fixed now,
Fixed
friends?
now. Our friends who are here to support us. Um, is it fixed? Why are the messages? Hello? Is the echo fixed now? Let me see if I can. Gasp.
Oh, it ain't
How
fixed.
about now? How about now? Better? I put my headphones on. Hopefully that fixes everything. It's worse.
It's worse. So this is gonna be the experience for everyone.
Reg still has an echo. Are you
Why do
plugged
I have
in,
an
Reg?
echo? I am.
Huh. Hello? Is there still an echo now?
If I have an echo,
Oh, it's fixed. Okay.
oh, it's
Perfect.
fixed.
There's a delay.
Oh, thank God. So this is gonna be the experience. It's just like half the time it's just gonna be troubleshooting.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank
Friends.
goodness. Hello,
Oh
everybody.
wow, there you go. So yeah.
Hooray. I think we have
Yeah, that was
a
the
couple
end.
of
That's the
seconds
end of
delay.
our Instagram
Bye.
live. Bye.
Okay, yeah. Welcome to everybody. Hi Nipod. Hooray. It's our premiere Instagram live. So excited.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure. We will start answering some questions that are here. I will put an announcement that we finally got it working. But yeah, can you read me the questions, Reg, that I can answer as
Okay.
you will?
Yeah. So yeah, we have a bunch of thanks for sending in your questions. We have a bunch. We have a bunch of questions. So yeah, like in between we're gonna be answering them. We're also gonna be talking about the what to expect, the process, and yeah. So let's
Used to
start
get
with a
people too.
very so let's start with our very first question
Very important
that we have. This
question.
is like this is like
The
a
most
third of the
important.
questions, basically. Not even third, I'd say half.
Mhm.
What were the biggest inspirations for Hainai Pod?
Ooh,
So I think that's gonna be on the on Moxie to answer.
yes, absolutely. So I think a lot of the people who are watching right now might know that I was inspired primarily by the Magnus Archives. So during quarantine, in the couple months where I wasn't employed for a little bit, I basically uh, I binged the Magnus Archives in about 2.5 weeks, which was basically every single moment of every single day. I just went from one episode to the next. And yeah, I was like, wow, I like this. I like horror. I want to make some horror. So that's the primary inspiration. And of course, like other really lovely podcasts, lovely fiction podcasts, which made me think like I could probably do this if I just worked, if I got a good story in, if I worked really hard and, had some level of competence in storytelling, which I hope I do. Um, yeah, and other inspirations for sure are like some Filipino titles like Force Trece and Skyworld and Mythology Class and other stuff where like a lot of comics, actually, a lot of comics where the occult and the strange and the
Yeah.
slightly horror adjacent stuff is involved. I think like a lot of people have similar inclinations like as I do in terms of enjoying a lot of like mysticism. Horror mysticism is my main thing. A lot of people like sci-fi horror, but I prefer kind of magic horror on my
Yeah.
end, especially with like Filipino mythology and stuff. So yeah, like those are some of the titles that inspired me. Of course, a little bit of Night Vale, but like just in the general sense that you could really do something with a podcast and find your fandom and like find a community of people who would be very enthusiastic about this kind of thing. And we did not expect the amount of
Of
feedback that we
hype. Oh my
got. Yeah,
God.
it's like, oh, we were just like, oh, would anybody be interested? Maybe like, and we got like 3 or 4 people. We'd be so happy. But we got a
We
lot more
got
than
like
that.
your first Tumblr post on it got like 2,000 notes.
Which is crazy. Which is
Yeah,
crazy.
that was crazy.
That should not happen, but it did, and we're very happy it did.
We're very happy. Actually, we weren't even supposed to launch the social media until much closer to the premiere date, but
Yeah, but
yeah,
people were interested.
since Motzi already got so much attention, Motzi's post, I was like, let's strike while the iron's hot.
Exactly. You're
Might as
like, well,
well.
people seem to be interested, so we'll do that. And yeah, those are the. I mean, we kind of went past the question here, but yeah, I think it's relevant.
No, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, as we answer questions, yeah, we can talk about the process. On my part,
Hmm.
because most of the story and characters are by Motzi, but I do also collaborate on some of the story beats and the relationships. For my part, most of my contributions really are just teen drama stuff.
Teen drama stuff. Yeah, like
Yeah, the teen dramas I came from watching Vampire Diaries. I
yes.
don't religiously watch it, but I also do watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy. Been meaning to watch Friday Night Lights, so I'll probably get some stuff there as the podcast goes along. So I expect some teen drama confess in the rain moments. Well, not literally, but something to that effect.
I like how you say teen drama, even though there are exactly 0 teenagers in the story.
I That's true,
The
but
youngest, well, there's like the youngest character will be 19 years old, but the main characters, the youngest is like 26. The oldest is 37.
everyone can benefit from a teen
You're
drama.
right.
It's
You're right.
fine.
Having a 37-year-old act like a teenager is the greatest thing, the greatest gift to mankind
Absolutely.
we could give.
Yeah, now that I'm older, kind of realize we didn't give teen dramas enough credit anyway.
Absolutely. So yeah, we want to go to the next question, or did we want to like
Okay.
buffer in the middle or
Yeah,
something? I feel like we kind
we
of
can
wasted a
buffer
little
in.
time, so we can like we could do the
We did kind of waste a little time.
So I think we should go to the
Yeah,
next question.
but that's fine. We still have a chunk of time. We don't have to rush through them. But okay, next question is, um, yeah, did we have to recontextualize any of the creatures to fit our narrative? And I think they're referring to Filipino aswang,
Mm-hmm.
because in the week leading up to Halloween, we did release an aswang of the day and an aswang of the day where we just talked about Filipino monsters and how they related to Mary and how she's interacted with them. So yeah, do you want to start with the question.
Okay, so a lot of people were really interested in the monsters, and they aren't really random, to be fair. But at the same time, the main chunk of the story, especially in season one, will be taking place in Toronto, and there won't be as many like Filipino monsters per se, but they will play a big part in the story at some point. It's just that, and they do play a big part in the role in the background of the main character. But the in terms of like being in Toronto, we are keeping things. Oh, it's not going to be so much about the Filipino monsters in the main story. Not to say that we're not going to do them because we picked those monsters specifically, and they will play a big part.
Yeah, and
But
that's all we're saying.
yeah, that's all we're saying. It's like there was not that much difficulty recontextualizing because a lot of the contextualization of Hainai is with characters who with the immigrant main character, and that's basically what I'm doing going through right now. So it's not difficult to kind of take a person who is very entrenched in Filipino culture and then land them in a very Western space. And I think
Yeah,
that'll be really fun to play with, apart from all the horror and all the, the fun bits that people are here for in a horror fiction podcast.
that's true. That's true. We're just as excited as everyone to talk about them, but yeah, just chill. Just chill
Shush.
for a second.
Just shush for a second.
Just chill for a second.
When
Yeah.
we say that, when we're like doing an Instagram live with questions before the first episode even drops, so we're like,
Yeah. Yeah, and
Cabino.
yeah, and the song of the day post, that was really just we wanted, it's we're a horror fiction podcast. We wanted to do something special for Halloween. And we thought, seeing as we kind of also have an international audience, yeah, like what better way to spend Halloween than to introduce them to like the background that Mary's coming from
Exactly,
and a little
absolutely.
bit more of the culture that her story is sourced from.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you have questions, just ask in the comments.
Mm-hmm. We'll definitely
Like
put it in.
we'll definitely, yeah, we'll definitely talk about them. Yeah, don't be shy.
Yeah, keep asking. And
Just keep asking.
do
We're
you want to
trying
go
to keep it
on?
spoiler free. Anything like the only limits are the spoilers. For
Mm-hmm.
example, we can go to the next question. What is your favorite? What is this? What is your favorite childhood meal? So even something as random as that. So anyway, Motzi, what's your favorite childhood meal?
Dang, that's hard. I had to think about this for a long time, and I still don't know. No, no, actually, I do have. It's silly because like I have a lot of favorite Filipino meals, but my favorite childhood meal was. I remember very clearly my mother making me pesto, which is why I like pesto so much. And it
I
wasn't
can
even like
attest.
yeah, it wasn't even like it wasn't even a usual pesto. My mom didn't like shred the pesto. She just like cut it into pieces and then put it in olive oil and put a little salt in and like that's basically what the pesto was. So it's like strips
I can
of
attest.
basil.
Yeah, every time I went over to Motzi's house, and they make pretty good pesto. I think my first pesto recipe I got from Motzi actually,
Hell yeah. But yeah, that
and
was my
it's
favorite
pretty good.
childhood meal. Oh, but here's a proper
Yeah.
Filipino one. Taho.
You
Taho.
know, that are we allowed to curse here? Let's not. Okay, that's a freaking classic.
Yeah. It's like you gotta think about it. That's yeah, no, taho, taho and balot. Taho and balot because in the morning, taho seller would come over and sell us the taho, and we even like we went through two generations of taho sellers, Manong Jerry and his nephew Manong Ray, and then we also
That's
had like
true.
balot and stuff. So that was fun.
That
That's a
was
nice
fun.
childhood thing.
Yeah. Mine, I gotta say, oh, hi friend. Oh, more people are coming in. Yeah,
Gasp, so many
mine, I
people.
gotta say, has to be. So for the people that just came in, someone asked, "What's our favorite childhood meal?" And it's for me, it's for Motzi, it was taho or pesto. Mine, I gotta say, is
Taho and pesto.
specifically Red Ribbon's dinuguan. with
Red ribbon's
rice.
dinuguan. Nice.
I even now I still have such a bit like it's still my favorite Filipino food ever.
For those who
Uh,
are unaware or not Filipino, dinuguan is blood
pork
pudding.
blood.
Pork blood pudding. Delicious.
Mm.
Yes, and that's a very important subject we have to go through. I think
Oops.
I saw a comment question, but I don't know if it got into the questions.
Yeah, there
Um,
is a common question. Should we
mhm.
have any expectations going into the first episode outside of the trailer or nah?
Ooh. Uh,
Ooh. Um, you
hmm. We got stumped
I
on this
try
one.
to find a way to
To
keep this
say it without
spoiler.
spoiling.
Oh, okay. You know what? We can also take this question as an opportunity to talk about the cast.
Yes.
Yeah, so expectation. So we did release the list of our stars, and they're very excited and enthusiastic to join. But don't expect them right away.
Oh my gosh, Steffi just asked. Red Ribbon has dinuguan.
Oh, okay. I also gotta clarify. They used to. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Yeah, I think after Jollibee acquired Red Ribbon, they stopped making the dinuguan. But
that's
it
so
was,
sad.
I could eat, I could eat it for days and not
That's
get
so
sick of it. I
sad.
could eat,
Fine.
yeah, I could eat it for days straight and not get sick of it.
Yeah, and yeah, in terms so sorry, like I just brought it up again, but in terms of expectations, I did say that my primary inspiration is Magnus Archives. So there are certain elements of Magnus Archives you might I won't say it because I'm kind of I don't want to spoil it, but it's not just gonna be a monster of the week forever. I'll say that. There's not gonna be a
Yeah,
like it's not gonna be a monster of the week forever, and
yeah,
we are gonna have fun with that as well.
yeah. Unlike Magnus Archives is on their 187th episode, I think.
I forget. I forget. I never remember these
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Like f 5 seasons, they're still ongoing. We're yeah expecting like we're gonna try to keep it a bit more limited than that.
Yep.
Not exactly a not exactly a short series, but not exactly like a
hmm
long running arc like Magnus Archives either.
Currently, our plan is 2 seasons. We'll see if that changes, but 2 fairly long seasons, but still just
Yeah,
2 seasons.
yeah,
So we have like we've already set up like all the main beats of the story. We've already set up like what happened, what the main thing in the first season and the main conflict in the second season, and that'll be exciting.
yeah. Yeah, and everything like even like all like including character developments and relationships. So we'll see. Yeah. Well, there's still a lot more. Yeah, there's still a lot that can happen.
Yeah, we might like take the story in a well, the main story will probably stay the same, but we might take like certain character developments in a different direction. 6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
Oh my goodness. But
Maybe,
yeah.
yeah, maybe when you make the same internet petition, maybe we will.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll go as long as Supernatural, which just ended like yesterday, I think it
Oh my God,
was.
12 years.
Good lord. Good
Like,
lord.
I don't even watch Supernatural, but somehow I just osmosis all the
Yeah, all the
information.
information. But anyway, okay. Want to go on to the next question? We have a couple more.
Okay,
We have
yeah,
a
we
handful
have a
more.
couple more. Next, by the way, for everyone who just joined, hi, welcome. If you
Welcome.
have any questions, just ask in the comments.
Olivier, no spoilers. Olivier, no spoilers. But no, I already know that. The heterosexual car. Anyway,
Yeah,
no, I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it. Not supernatural
yeah.
at
And
this point.
no, sorry, I'm not Goldilocks. I do prefer the Red Ribbon. They're
Yes.
two like a bakery franchises, I guess.
Ooh, give the people what they
Oh,
want.
give
A
the
longer
people what they
series.
want, a longer series. We'll
Well,
see.
we
We'll
will be
see.
releasing every 2 weeks, so it'll be fairly long regardless of our
Yeah,
wishes.
yeah. Episodes will be released every other week. Um, yeah, both of us have full-time schedules. We're not just podcasters is the thing. Matzi has her full-time job, and if you haven't seen our Meet the Creators post, I am also a medical student.
She's doing
Yeah,
very important thing. But yeah, we'll definitely be as consistent
yeah.
and
A very
definitely
important
like
thing. Like one thing.
consistency is key, which is why we decided on 2 weeks instead of one. because we don't think we'll
Yeah.
be consistent on 1 week. But anyway,
Yeah.
what other questions have we got
Okay.
here?
What was our favorite part of the recording or production process?
Ooh.
So far, anyway.
So far, my favorite
Um,
part was having like a back and forth, like my first ever back and forth dialogue with one of our other voice actors. Because for the most part, like a majority of the series will be a monologue, in like telling the story of what happened and like all the creepy stuff that happened. But more because again, I will keep mentioning Magnus Archives as our primary inspiration. But
mhm.
but since we only have like an episode every 2 weeks, we want to make it a little more kinetic than that. So we do bring in a couple more the rest of the cast in within like episode 2, 3 onward. So there
Yeah.
will be like moments where we go back to the monologue, but there will also be moments where the other cast members start coming in, and we want to make it as fun as possible. We want to make it as natural as possible. We want to give it that conceit where everything you hear is a phone call or a recording. Anything that was transmitted or recorded will be what this podcast is going to be playing. So there'll be a lot of phone calls, there'll be a lot of voice messages, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. And being able to kind of have my first phone call with one of our cast members was a good time. Especially when I
Yeah.
had to ask them, like, can you say this word in like 10,000 different ways? And they started just like speed running different ways to say
Pretty
what.
much being the director.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. How about you, Reg?
Yeah. The production process, I do more of the back end stuff. Yeah, like if you haven't seen the Meet the Creators post, so maybe we can also just talk about a little bit about what our roles are. So Motzi, our almighty creator, the visionary and the amazing brain behind the podcast. So she conceptualized everything. She's also the writer, director, and star protagonist, the voice of the protagonist. She's
But
basically the star.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
But
I'm
listen,
her manager.
she's my manager. But listen, Reg did the most important thing of all, which is
What did I?
I called her and said, Reg, can I tell you about my season podcast idea? And Reg listened to me ramble for 2 hours straight, and then she said, like, but I don't think this will work. And I said, no, I think
Yeah,
it will work. And then the next day I come back and it's like, no, I don't think it'll work either.
yeah. My basically my main role, as with all my other roles with much of Motzi's projects, is I complain.
Yeah,
I
no.
basically complain.
Sounding board and also good critic is what Reg helped me
Yeah,
so much. She's like,
pretty
did you
much.
write this down? And I'm like, no, I did not. And it's like, oh, what about that part where you do this? And I'm like, I did what? And it's like, did you write that down? Like, I did not write that down, but that sounds
Yeah,
like a great
pretty
idea.
much. Yeah, yeah, I've pretty much been writing everything down, and when Mozzie's writing the script, I have to remind her, please check what the document is it's called the master list of
Yeah.
ideas you have to write down, and I have to remind her every time, please check the master list, because you're gonna forget.
And I picture a series finale, like a different series finale every like five
Yeah,
days.
and I'm like, what?
What
Didn't we
happened
talk
to the
about
original
something
series
else?
finale? I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
listen,
like, didn't we talk about something else? Yeah, and
um,
sometimes it's like, listen, I changed my
I
mind,
changed my mind. I
or
want
I forgot.
this, and then it'll change again, and that's what'll happen. Like 5 different series finales we've gone through so far, and we're gonna keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. So, who knows? Maybe we'll have alternate endings. Nope, never mind. That's a bad
No,
idea.
it's a terrible
Or
idea.
maybe
But
we'll
yeah.
do like a Black Mirror Bandersnatch and just give
Uh,
people like an interactive podcast. First ever interactive audio format drama.
and it turns out somebody already did it. But anyway, yeah. What's the next question that I will also run away with?
So next question. Oh no, this is also why I should have written things down.
Why?
Oh yeah. Without giving any spoilers, what else can we expect in the series? Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
and what are we most excited about to, like, what story or episode or character
Oh
are we most
man.
excited to
Oh
introduce?
man. Oh man. We do have. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I will say if you heard in the trailer, the very end of the trailer, where somebody is whistling, that's what I'm most excited about. And I will say nothing else on the
I'm
matter.
also super excited for that.
Yes! Oh my
Yeah.
god! But yeah. Hmm. You know what? I can't say a single word about that. I will just say whistling. And also, yes. And also, we have, oh no, it'll be a spoiler though. Hmm.
Okay, no,
Okay, okay, what's it? Uh, uh,
I'm most excited for season 2.
oh yes, season two.
Basically, it gets more expansive. The world gets, yeah. Um,
Heck yes.
yeah,
Oh,
let's not talk about this too much.
yeah, it's like we just started with season one. We're already like season two. Ah!
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty much.
okay. Other
Oh, we
questions.
have another question. Is there a creature you're really excited to have written in?
Ooh, a creature that I'm really excited. Okay, yes, there is one, but it is a spoiler, so I can't say what it is. That's my answer again. It's a big one. It is a big Filipino creature that we are very excited to include. That is plays a major part in Mariu's story, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Trying to
So
keep it spoiler
trying to keep
free,
it spoiler free
guys.
for now. For now, you will find
For
out
now.
as we go along. Definitely, there will be more info about it. Other
Ooh,
questions? I think we're like
yeah, we got a bunch more. We have, how could you possibly compare Friday Night Lights to Vampire Diaries? I'm so sorry. Okay, first of all, don't judge. Vampire Diaries is a good show.
okay, so we're actually
Second, I haven't, I, I was talking about teen dramas, and it's not my fault they're both in the same genre.
okay. Oh wait, no, Reg, we only have 15 minutes. I mean, we can probably extend by a couple
We can
minutes.
extend because we spent 20
Okay.
minutes
True,
troubleshooting.
true,
Again,
true.
for everyone who was here early, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we love you
We
very
have another question.
much.
Who's the guru? Let's not talk about that.
Oh, we just made our guru sad.
We're excited for you,
We're very excited for you, Mr. Guru Man.
Mr.
Uh,
Guru Man.
mhm.
Yeah, actually, you'll get to meet him.
Episode
3.
3, he will be, yeah,
Yeah.
he'll in episode 3 he'll appear, and then we go on, and it'll be fun.
And you'll see. We'll see. We got another question. We can start with like a general question. What are your favorite Filipino ghost stories or monsters?
That's a loaded question. 'Cause I have so many. But
Yeah.
my favorite
Um,
Filipino ghost story that's not about me, because I have many, has to be either the ghost stories over in Miriam College where we both went. Those are
yeah,
creepy as
that's
heck.
where we went for elementary and high school.
And those are really fun because it's creepy over there. But I think my favorite
Yeah,
one,
as with
it's
many Catholic schools.
absolutely the peeping nun. Anyway, my favorite
Oh
one
God.
that I've never encountered but I know of because it doubles as a political statement. It's the Manila Film Center. It's the well, you said we can't curse, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But it's the fuck Marcos ghost story. It's the one in which the Manila Film Center, a real thing that happened is that during the Marcos regime, a bunch of like 127 workers were buried alive because they wanted to finish a construction early for Imelda Marcos, who is still alive and is still free, even though she
Mhm.
should be arrested and probably also dead. But you know what? We're not political. We're just a horror podcast. And of
We're a
course,
neutral podcast.
neutral podcast. So yeah,
We're
so
a horror
when you
podcast
have like
when
100
really,
people buried in cement, you're gonna have a lot of ghost stories surrounding that, and that's my favorite
yeah,
one.
absolutely.
Favorite one.
Yeah. My favorite, we we can't not mention our classic Manananggal. It's just so iconic at this point, and it's pretty fucked up, but in a good. Oh man, I broke my own rule. I ended up cursing.
Aw, oh well. Aw.
uh, yeah, it's pretty like it's a pretty fucked up creature to come about mythologically and in folklore, but in a good way. It
Heck
fucked up in a
yes.
good way. It's so fucking cool. I keep
Heck yes.
now okay, I broke
Tashi
the
just
rule and it's like
asked. No,
breaking the
now you're gonna,
floodgates.
yeah,
I
you open
keep
the
cursing.
floodgates. Ooh, what Filipino supernatural creature is most like you? Says Tashi. Turn. Hello, Tashi. Thank you so much for joining us. Um, what Filipino creature is most like you, Reg, and me? Maybe we should like.
Oh man.
Dang, that's hard. I don't
That's
know. Like,
hard.
I will say what my favorite Filipino creature is. I don't know what's most like me. It's a mystery. Let me show you what kind of mystery this is.
Oh
We're
no. I
gonna,
already know where this is going.
what is? I don't know what my favorite Filipino creature is. It's definitely not the tikbalang, which I have all over my wall. No, definitely
Yeah.
not. But yeah, no. But yeah, as for the thing,
Supernatural actually did a Manananggal episode.
did they? I have been away
Yeah.
for
What's
so long.
most like me? I don't know if it's well, my favorite also other than the Manananggal, it's the Bakunawa. Moon
Bakunawa.
Eater.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, all the best folklore have their own dragons, and we have the
That's
coolest one. I
so
guess it's
true.
also similar. I guess you could also say we're similar in that I also tend to run away from people banging pots and pans at me.
Well, that is a very normal response.
Yeah, give him a break. I don't know what's most like me, a Filipino
Wait,
creature. Wait, how does it go again?
I
The meme.
forgot. I forgot. It's a Vine, but I forgot already. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
They're saying, it might be Grimm that had the
Oh,
Aswang
they had
episode.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have an Aswang episode for sure. They have a
they did have an
Filipino
Aswang episode.
character. I also know that there
They
was a
also had the
show.
Filipino policeman. So,
Yeah, exactly. Like, which was nice. He's from Quezon City. Did you know that? The actor?
oh,
Yeah,
Mr. Reg. I just remember that his
Reggie.
character's name is Reggie.
Hey, that's his real name. His character's name was Woo.
Oh yeah, Woo.
Woo.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's true. My favorite would also be the bottom half of
the
the
bottom
Manananggal.
half of the
You know what? That's honestly, now that you mention it, just chilling.
just doing
I don't want to
nothing.
do. I don't do nothing. I don't want to
Just
do the work.
sprinkle some spices on top of you. That's how it works. Anyway, another question. What are the other? Let me look at the other questions as well. We have like, ooh, okay. So we read the inspirations, personal super. Oh, there's one that says. Okay, let's look at the older ones first, so we can get them all out of the way.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Hi everyone who's joining.
Thank you so
Yeah, for everyone who
much.
just joined, just ask questions if you want.
Ooh, and some. Okay, so Tashi also asked. Was it Tashi? I forget. But yeah, somebody asked why Filipino creatures from folklore? Why do you think we need to talk about it more? Because we need to talk about it more. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, why
Because
not? I mean, how many versions of Greek mythology
exactly,
do we
and
already have at this point?
we're cool. Filipino creatures are cool, and we
Yeah.
like
There
them.
doesn't, yeah, exactly. There doesn't
And
need to be a reason. It's
we're
just
also
that they're cool and
Filipino.
we like them.
Yep, we're also
And we're also
Filipino.
Filipino.
So it's like, yeah, of
We've
course.
had Hades the game coming out at the same time as Blood of Zeus, which comes out
Yes.
in the year after Hades Town. The
Yeah.
musical came out. We have so many Greek mythology iterations.
What was the
I
exact?
think they're but like I like these stories, by the way. I do like some Greek myth. I do love the Western stuff, but there's a lot of space for other mythologies.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, Asian mythologies and not just Filipino mythologies are really fucking cool.
They really are.
Oh, describe
And
the exact light bulb moment you felt that this was a good idea.
the exact
When
light
we
bulb
got
moment.
2,000 Tumblr. No, I'm joking.
No, but that's true though. So I was like, well, we could probably do I want to do a podcast, and it was the premiere of season 5 of Magnus Archives, and we were like, hey, I kind of want to do this. Hey, Red, do you think it's a good idea? And you're like, maybe so. And we were kind of like throwing the idea back and forth, like, oh, we're probably gonna do the podcast. We'll definitely do it. We'll just do something, this and that. And then we got to 2000, and then we got like a bunch of notes on Tumblr, and we're like, oh, we're
Yeah.
doing it now.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
yes.
We were kind of already softly planning it before that, but
Hmm.
it wasn't as urgent until,
Hmm. Well,
yeah.
I would
But
say
the exact,
definitely.
yeah,
Oh
definitely
yes,
what?
definitely. As soon as I paid our Munching Carpet to do the theme song was when we it was the point of no return.
Pretty much. Well, for me, the point of no return was when we launched the social media and we got followers.
Yes, very true, very true.
But the exact light bulb moment when like when we decided, oh, let's actually make this a brand and post
I
this and make
think
social media.
I think it was the moment when when everyone started making a podcast during quarantine, and you're like, we should make one.
Yeah,
How?
we should make one. Yeah, one of the concerns, valid concern, by the way, is how are you going to distinguish yourself from the tons of other horror podcasts?
Well,
And
we're Filipino.
we're Filipino?
Exactly like that. It's like we're
Pretty much.
Filipino.
Yeah, and I'd like to think that the attention we're getting is an indicator of how much we do set ourselves apart. We
Yeah,
do
but
have an audience,
the
and we
proper
it's
pitch was that. Oh, sorry. Go on. I'm so sorry. I interrupt you.
no, I was just gonna say like and it's nice to know unexpectedly as well. Like we do have a big Filipino fan base, but we're also getting attention international.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
That was a big surprise. And I think the
yeah,
big proper pitch that we had was the thing where I said I wanted to make a story that is focused on the mystical POC, which is a
yeah,
horror thing in which, like, if you
it's
don't
a
know, in a
yeah
lot of
the
different horror
archetype,
stories, yeah, there
the
are
trope.
like these magical, like whenever something creepy happens, they visit a magical person of color who explains to them that, oh, this is this and that, this is a this and
Yeah,
this
you
is
should do
that,
this. This is
and
the
then they disappear forever,
yeah
or they
yeah
die. Like a
yeah pretty much.
creepy older guru slash spiritualist slash whatever. So I wanted to make it about them. I wanted to make it about us, which is yeah, which is why our main cast is majority people of color. So it's a little thing we want to
Absolutely.
do, and
People of
yeah,
color and people of many sexualities and
yes,
genders.
absolutely. And then, ooh, what are some other fun questions that we have here? Biggest challenge starting a podcast from scratch. Hmm,
Uh,
recording, I guess. Like
recording,
time is
especially
a
like
big
a
one. Oh, sorry.
yeah, time. Yeah, recording, especially when you're not recording in the same spot.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like
Recording
everyone
was a
has
little
different
bit.
equipment that they're working with.
Yeah, we eventually figured out the best way to record, and I'm mad about it. It's like being under a duvet, aka a weighted blanket, and it's hot under there, but it's where we get the best sounds. My the only way I'm able to survive that is I made a pillow fort, and then I have a microphone, and I record everything from my pillow fort, and that's how things get done. But yeah, it gets
Yeah,
easier with every recording, which is nice. Like we have to get used
yeah,
to all that. The equipment, we got the equipment early on. I would say budget, but at the same time, I am able to work within a certain budget, which is nice because of my
yeah.
full time job. But
Yep. So one of us has a full-time job.
yeah, but in the spare time that I have, I definitely get to work on this podcast, which I love. Let's look at the
Yeah,
other
absolutely.
questions.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's really just learning the process as we go along. For my part,
Absolutely.
yeah, for my part, it's the editing. It's not the hardest part of starting a podcast. I guess it's just learning all the ins and outs of starting a podcast, like copyright stuff, contract stuff, uh, f filling in forms. I remember like I had to read up
Tax
on
forms.
tax. tax
Tax
forms.
forms.
I had to
Yikes.
read up on the tax stuff. And I'm like,
Patreon
there's a
members. Like,
reason I didn't take up law.
yeah. And the
Just,
toughest part was actually like, wait, am I part of under Canadian tax law if I'm not a
yeah.
Canadian citizen? And we had to like look this up. We're like, oh my god, wait? Am I a citizen? No, I'm not a citizen. Oh, I'm a resident, but I'm
But yeah,
not a
but are
resident.
you're a resident, but not really a resident?
So dumb. But yeah,
Not yet.
not yet, but eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
immigration problems.
immigration problems reaching my podcast.
Immigration
Yeah.
problems.
One
And
another question. Oh,
yeah.
sorry, you were gonna say something?
No, it's okay.
Another question that I saw was any personal supernatural experiences? Oh boy, do I?
I think this is a very, like, I think, like, what's cool about being Filipino is just, everyone
Has
has
one.
had some supernatural experience. Even like the super non-believers, you could say they're just really good at explaining it away.
Yeah, no, I
But
love
yeah.
those. And yeah, my favorite story to tell people when I was 8 years old. No, when I was 8 years old, I was in family reunion with in Batangas, which is my dad's home province. And we were in my grandma's house, and we were about to sleep. And I was 8 years old, and I was sharing a bed with my aunt. And I woke up in the middle of the night, and behind the Capiz shell windows, which are like these translucent shells that you can only see light through. You could see the figure of a person on the window, and there's no balcony.
Damn.
By the way, there's no balcony. There's no rooftop. It's literally just somebody knocking on, like, tapping on the window. And when I woke up, my aunt being like, "Oh my god, I'm scared. Like, what is that?" She just looked at it and she says, "It's okay. Just go back to sleep." And I was freaked out. I
Very
stayed up.
practical.
Yeah, very practical. I to this day I believe it's a manananggal of some kind or something. But there was certainly somebody tapping on our window where there was no place to stand, and yeah, that was fun. How about you, Reg?
Ooh, I've had a handful, but the the story I always tell is the woman in the CCTV.
Ah,
So
yes.
yeah, I was at work. This was when I was still working before med school. I was at work and my mom called and she told me, just for context, we have security cameras around the house. Parents are very paranoid. Yeah, and my mom said, yeah, I just saw a woman come out of your room. And yeah, she had
Ooh.
like really long hair and she was in a cream dress, and no one in her house had really long hair, not like that. And maybe I could have written it off, but she called my brother over and he saw it on the screen too. So that was, and I think like everyone who knows me knows I'm a big baby when it comes to horror. So
That's why she has special.
my shift at work is from 1 to 10, 9. At this point, it was from 1 to 9 p.m. So I'd get home like 10:30-ish, 11. People were already, people in my house were already asleep. I had to let myself in with the house keys. And it took me maybe an hour of mustering the courage to run up the stairs and run to my bed and just hide under the blankets. I brought home like 3 cans of beer with me in case I wasn't able to sleep. Like I'll just drink myself to sleep at this point.
My
Didn't
goodness.
need to. Just ended up cowering myself to sleep. Also had like my lights on and Spotify just blasting Paramore the entire night.
And that's why
So,
Reg has 12 dogs.
yeah, to protect me against the ghost in me. I think we're friends now with the ghost in my room, I
That's true.
think.
The ghosts are friend now. Oh yeah, I forgot. There is another story. I'll just keep this brief. When I was 4 years old, there was an albulario, which is a medicine man, who came to my house because my brother and I were cursed by a duende. And yeah, I remember the albulario coming in. He put a piece of metal to my tongue. I thought he cut my tongue in half because that's what it felt like. But no, my tongue was fine. And then he put up some talismans on every corner of the house to make sure that the
Ooh,
duende would not curse us anymore, and my brother got better. And
yeah.
yeah, but every
Duende is
so
a
often,
small dwarf man, by the way.
yeah, like a dwarf in the like it's a nuno is a dwarf in the mound in the Philippines, and if you upset them, they curse you. And I remember waking up quite often when I was a little older than that, covered in scratches, and being
Ooh,
like, uh oh, the duende's here. But anyway, yeah. Do we have any
yeah.
other
It's
questions? I
pretty
think
cool.
it is kind of cool.
Yeah, I
We're nearing
Yeah,
the
I
end of
think we
this
can. I
this.
think we can start wrapping up. We can also
Mhm.
talk about, we mentioned budget a while ago, so we can also talk about what to expect if you become a subscriber on our Patreon and our Coffee Gold.
Heck yes. So, first of all, the reason we did Coffee Gold as well as Patreon is because, first of all, I like coffee a lot. Like, coffee is not very
It's
well
not,
known.
and it's spelled Ko-Fi, by the
Yeah,
way,
so
for
it's
those who don't know.
KO-FI. And it is, for a lot of artists, they know it because basically it is a way by which a lot of artists can get commissions. So what happens is that coffee directly routes all donations or payments to PayPal, and without taking any like fees off of it. And Coffee Gold is the same, which is amazing. So with Patreon, they take a 5%, I believe, which when you're in the lower when you're still earning a little bit, it's not too much. But once you're earning like a lot, 5% is a big chunk.
Yeah,
Whereas with
absolutely.
Coffee Gold, more interestingly, it doesn't take anything off the top of your earnings. You just have to pay a monthly fee, like a fixed
Hmm.
monthly fee, no matter what you're earning,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
honestly
it's not
fantastic.
percentage based. Yeah.
And I like coffee. I've had good experiences so far, which is why. And even though it's new, we're still trying to test it out. I think it'll be a good idea for those who
Yeah.
want to support us as well. And it's cute because when you support us, you can buy us a milk tea. That's the little gimmick that they have. It's usually
Yeah.
buy you a coffee, but since we have coffee gold, you can buy us a milk tea.
That's true. Yeah. And but we still had a Patreon because there's more people on Patreon.
Yeah, and people are more like
And yeah,
used to that.
for those who don't know what they are, so Patreon, it's the service that you can subscribe to a creator. So it's not just podcasters, like artists, videographers, YouTubers. They have their you can like a lot of them have Patreons up, and they offer rewards based on a tier system. And we can talk about the tier system too. Yeah. And coffee used to be a donation system, but they recently launched Coffee Gold, which is now also like a subscription system, very similar to Patreon. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we like to keep our options open and things you can expect by being a subscriber. We have a Discord open, so you can join the Discord community if you become a certain yeah, like I think even just the lowest
Yeah, the
tier rewards
lowest
will
tier
get you
reward.
access to the Discord.
Definitely. Lowest tier reward gets you access to Discord. As you go higher
And
into the tiers, you get special content. You
exclusive
definitely
content.
for Patreon subscribers. I do believe we also do early access, like 1 day early
We do have
access.
early access.
Yeah, for anyone who's a subscriber to our Patreon and our Coffee Gold.
Hmm.
Um, what else? I have
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
we
we
have a
have
little document
things
here.
that are a little less regular. So this won't be monthly, but we'll have an occasional AMA or Ask Me Anything. Also, every now and then release a blooper reel because God knows we have so many.
It's not that easy, is it, Reg?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you can check these out at patreon.com/HiNiPod or coffee.com/HiNiPod. That's ko-fi.com/HiNiPod. And also, by the way, we launched our Redbubble store.
Yes, the designs are so beautiful. I need to get you guys on this.
Yeah, you can check our social media, by the way, for the links written down. But yeah, again, that's patreon.com/HiNiPod and coffee.com/HiNiPod. And for our Redbubble store, you can we have official Hainai merchandise. Not And hopefully we can build more of our stuff as we go along, and you meet more of the characters, and you hear more of the story rather. And so you can also check that out at redbubble.com/people/HiNaiPod.
Heck yes. And yeah, check. You have to look at our. I'm gonna post some pictures later. You have to look at our Redbubble. I'm so proud of our designs. It's stuff that I
Yeah.
would want to own on my own, despite it also being my creation. So that's a good sign,
Yeah, pretty
right?
much. We have some really cute stuff. I definitely want the tote bag at one point.
Yes, absolutely. I
Yeah, we
want a
have
shirt or
like
something. We'll
laptop
get.
cases, laptop sleeves.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will say the Patreon and Coffee Gold also gets you discounts on our Redbubble, certain tiers.
Yeah. Certain
Yes, so you
tiers.
get discounts for those because you're already supporting us. And the Redbubble for our Patreon, Redbubble, and Coffee Gold, all 80% of all of our earnings for the entire month of
Of November.
November is going to typhoon relief. And goodness, it is like we also like posted a lot of like different links because this is a big thing. It's why we delayed our premiere to this day, and it's also just something we should care about, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Stress.
every little bit helps. If you want to donate directly, we posted the donation
Yeah,
contact details and donation links on our social media. So you can check us out at not just Instagram, but also Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. You can check us out at HiNaiPod on Twitter, or tumblr.com/HiNaiPod, facebook.com/HiNaiPod. It's all the same. No one
Hinay,
as Yeah,
HINAYPOD, Hinaypod.
yeah,
It's all the same. We can find us anywhere.
yeah, yeah. It's not Hinai, by the way.
There was like a Hinay pod at some point somewhere, and we have completely buried them.
Overtaken them. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to whoever
We're
did the
so
Hinay
sorry
pod.
to actual Hinai. Well, no, they're not Hinai Pod. They're
Hinay
just
podcast, yeah.
Hinai.
Hinay,
Hinai
yeah.
Podcast. Well, sorry.
We're so mean.
For non-Filipinos, by the way, Hinay is an actual Filipino word that's like how do you describe it? It's like a hinay
Calm
hinay lang, like just
down. Calm,
just
chill,
calm
chill out. Calm
down.
down. Hinay,
So,
hinay lang.
yeah, just to clarify, it's hi nai, as in hi mom.
That's what it means. And there was one more thing I wanted to mention, but I always forget. In every single one of these, I always forget.
Yeah, absolutely. That's also how our calls go.
It's like there's just something I wanted to say, but I forgot.
Yeah. So while Motsi tries to remember, so just to remind you all, our podcast is premiering later.
Ah!
Oh, hi friends.
Ah!
They got like there's people who got to the tail end of our Instagram
I'm
live.
so happy that they were able to reach us. I'm sure they'll be able to watch us anyway, but at the same, let's see if we miss any questions. But I
Yeah.
think we answered
So
pretty much
we
all
answered,
of
yeah, pretty much all of
them.
them. Yeah. So our podcast is premiering at 9 p.m. Philippine time later, or if you're in Canada, like in Vancouver, oh no,
Toronto.
not Vancouver, Toronto.
That's the other side.
They're all the same. They're all Canadian.
Wow, they're all the same.
Joe and Joe, like
4 hour
for,
difference, and we're all the same.
yeah, for East
East
Coast
Coast.
people in North America, so that's 8
AM.
p.m. No, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The daylight savings, man.
Daylight saving sucks. We used to be like 12 hours difference and be like, ah, yes, 9 a.m., 9 p.m. But now it's like,
And now it's 13. Now we got to do more math.
how dare you? How dare you feed it?
They're all Canada. That's true.
All Canada. So I'm
Yeah, so
so
that's 8
glad
a.m.
we were able.
Eastern Standard Time. Go to podbean.com/HiNaiPod. By the way, we'll also be posting on our episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and other podcast hosting platforms. We're working on that. It's
Heck
just
yes.
not a straightforward process yet, but we're definitely building our way up to that. So for
Absolutely.
now, go to podbean.com/HiNaiPod. That's PODBEAN, like a pod bean,
Like a
like
pod
peas in a
bean. A
pod.
bean pod. Pod bean.
Bean pod.
Yeah. And also, I don't know if anybody who's watching this does podcasts on Podbean, but if you do, you can advertise on our upon our we have our advertising open,
Yeah.
so you can
Yeah, we have our
advertise.
ad slots open, so if you wanna, do like an ad collab thing. And also if you don't have the Podbean app, you can listen on our web browser, or
Mm-hmm.
I mean on your chosen web browser. It's just podbean.com/hinipod, or or we also have the RSS link, the RSS feed link on our website. Just go to tumblr.com/hinipod. It's on the left-hand side. And you can use that to listen to Hi iPod on your favorite podcast hosting platform.
Absolutely. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of our inspiration, apart from like things that exist already, our inspiration comes from the wild and crazy fans who made fan art and made us
Oh
feel
my
like we
gosh,
were
we're
more
so
important
thankful
than we
for
are.
the people who made fan art. Like,
There's
we didn't
already
even
fan
premiere yet,
art.
and there's
Yeah.
already fan art. That was the biggest surprise.
It was amazing. It was genuinely amazing. Like I am absolutely floored by the fact that people made fan art. It
Absolutely.
is dang.
Yeah, and shout out, by the way, we have what we call our number one fan. So they've been hyping us up since the very, very beginning, from when we were just text posts, when our social media were all lorem ipsum. They made our
Yeah.
very first fan art even before the trailer dropped. Yeah, so shout out to at Walang Signature.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
thank you so much, and also why.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That's wonderful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the hype, friends.
Thank you so much. And yeah,
So,
excited for the
yeah.
premiere. It's coming. I'm a player right now. No, on my
Yeah, you can listen
speakers.
to the trailers on podbean.com/hinipod. For the deaf community, we also have our transcripts up. We post the transcripts on our official blog, tumblr.com/hinipod, so you can check it out there as well. So yeah.
Absolutely.
I guess we can end the IG live now. Thank you to everyone who went, asked us questions. So sorry to the first few people here who had to witness us troubleshooting. But that ended up being like a promotional opportunity anyway.
It was wonderful. And yeah, thank you so much for everyone to everybody. We will keep this on so that whoever missed this can just watch it. And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, thank you so much. Let me see if I can. How do I end this without deleting everything?
I think you just leave.
Yeah, I think I just leave. All
Yeah.
right. Bye,
All right.
everybody.
Bye,
I
everyone.
love
See you at the
you.
premiere. Make sure you listen.
Bye.
Bye.
Uh-oh. Wait, how do
Okay, don't make this awkward.
I... How do I
We've already said
leave?
bye.
How do I
Just
leave?
leave.
How do I leave? We'll do this now.
There's more
See?
troubleshooting.
Yep, that's it. Bye.
We've already